Hey guys, it's Coop with Homestead, and today we're out here with our newish chicken coop. So a little bit of backstory: bought this chicken coop on Craigslist. We believed it was in great shape before we bought it. It's super heavy, so we had the people deliver it. Long story short, it wasn't in really great shape, and it was supposed to be mobile, and it's not even mobile. So yeah, we kind of got scammed a little bit. This is why it's important to always go look at what you're gonna buy before you buy it. But anyways, that's not the point. We adapt, we overcome. So look, today we're going to be taking this coop from zero to hero. We're going to be doing some repairs and trying to get this thing in tip-top shape. We've had the chickens in here for a couple weeks now, just kind of letting them hang out and figure out what needs to be done and kind of get like an idea in our heads about like what do they need to be comfortable and know what we need to make adjustments on. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to take this coop from zero to hero. Let's get to it. All right, so the first major part about this coop was that it was supposed to be mobile. It was advertised as being a mobile chicken coop. However, it was not. And I'm gonna have this video playing right here in the corner. And this is the first thing we did to make the coop workable. So we have the chick lift. This video is showing me putting the chick lift together, and it works, and it's great. And now the chicken coop can move. And this is really super easy. All it takes is that, and boom, now the coop is mobile. However, there is one problem. So the chick lift needs a handle, and we sadly don't have one. And while the chick lift is great, we can't actually lift the thing on our own. We're gonna go ahead and get us a handle installed and make this thing actually mobile for the first time in its entire existence. So there's a lot of handle kits out there on the internet right now. Some of them can be as much as $100, and times are tough right now, so I'm trying to save money, and you should be too. So that's right, Matthew, save money, invest. That's right. But anyways, I think I have a system that we can do, a quick detach handle system, for less than, let's say, $50. Here's what we got. We've got 2 cable screw eyes that are rated for 250 pounds. That's going to go in our corners and give us an eye to clip into. We've got 2 spring links that are also rated 250 pounds. And they sell these packages of straight link chain at Home Depot that are rated to 520 pounds. And they come in a 10-foot segment. You probably don't need something that heavy duty, but because our coop is so big, it might make sense for us to have it. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our eye screws here, and we're gonna try to get these installed down here. So there's a block that actually runs behind this one, and you can kind of see it right back there. And that's what we're gonna be putting our eye screw into to make sure we have enough stability for this thing to actually work. So these eye screws can't be screwed in like a traditional fashion. So what I like to do, and there's probably lots of different ways to do this, I just get a good spot and I just tap it in a little bit. So you can hand tighten this to a certain point, and you can see here it's starting to get hard. So this is when you need something that's like long and straight. So I've got a screwdriver here, and the whole point of this is so we go in here and we use it as a lever to make this the best support for our chain. Okay, so you see how we've got it all the way down to the base here. The reason why is I want the eye screw to go through this board right here and into that back board back there. That's gonna give us enough purchase and enough stability that this one board here is not bearing all the weight of the whole frame once we pick everything up. So we're just gonna go ahead and do this on the other, do the same thing on the other side with this eye screw, and we'll cut right back. All right. Eye screws are installed. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna lay out our chain. So for this first end, I'm just gonna go ahead and clip it. Right, I don't see anything crazy happening. So that's clipped. We're gonna fit that right into our eye screw there. Next, we're gonna pull this end over here. So the way I like to do it, and you can do whatever you like, right? Is I like to have just a little bit of give. I like to have just a little bit of give in my chain. So I'm gonna try to make this almost like that, right? So you see how I'm not going straight across, boom, because this is going to result in a super tight chain pull, right? I want just a little bit of give, right? So we're going to do just like that there. So now I need to come in here and cut this link. We have our bolt cutters here. These are some pretty heavy duty ones. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this link right here. And I'm just doing that because I'd rather have too much slack than not enough. I can always adjust and cut down as I want to. Okay, now that we have that, we're just gonna go ahead and clip this here, flip it around, and boom. All right, and now you kind of see we have a quick disconnect setup here. The reason why I like a quick disconnect is because in coastal Virginia, everything rusts, right? So this makes it really easy for me to unhook it, go down there and unhook that one, and bring this in so the chain doesn't rust over time. But anyways, let's do a little op test, shall we? I already got the chick lift engaged, so it should just be me coming over here and picking this up. Hey, there we go. The next thing we're going to do is try to repair this ramp. So that string that I pulled out earlier connects down to that ramp right there. And you can see through here, there's the pulley, but the system's just not working. And obviously I want to get this fixed because this is a great way to ensure the safety of the birds. This thing's very heavy, so I don't think anything can actually like get underneath, but a dedicated animal could dig it out. So I do want to reattach that rope with some 550 cord and get these pulleys back online, but obviously it's not working, and there's a wasp nest right there. So let's go ahead and get that started. Okay, so to repair this, I've just got a roll of 550 cord here, and I love this stuff, man. I swear by it. You military folks, you already know exactly what this is. But for those of you that don't, this is a must-have item on the Homestead, man. This stuff is military-grade paracord that is used for, you know, pretty much everything, but mainly parachute lines. And it's rated at 550 pounds, which is why it's called, you know, 550 cord. And it's super durable, lots of purposes. And when you start, you know, folding it over, you increase that tension strength dramatically. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing tied up here and see if we can repair this pulley. Okay, so the way I believe this works is this is gonna go up. Oh, mosquito, got me. Go up here to this guy. And we're gonna pull this. So, I know you guys probably won't be able to see this, but this just makes me giggle a little bit. This is obviously very clearly a pull-up ramp, right? Got the pulleys, but why, you may ask, is the ramp not coming up? Well, there is a screw down there holding all this in place. So, I guess I got to get that out before we can get this to work. So I'm gonna do that really quick, and then we'll come back after I've hopefully fixed this. All right, we finally got it out. That's a lot of work. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this tidied up now so the coop is secure. And now that we've got this working, we can finally get everything nice and neat. Last time we were out here, we got it so this rope would at least get the pulley system pulled up. But as you can tell by looking right here and right here, there's a lot more to it. All right, there's one pulley. There we go. Boom. Okay. You can see we give it a pull, very loose. So what I'm gonna do is just tie a knot on this end. That way we can loop this thing around here, and then we gotta worry about it falling out. So the geese are mad that the chickens just got some scraps, so that's why they're sitting here being grouchy. But For the next part of the nightmare coop renovation, we're looking at the egg laying box. And so I've already fixed it, but I'm gonna have to walk you through what I did. You can kind of see here, there's a centipede, how this thing is kind of sloped off to the side. And what happened was this bracket right here was completely detached and it was hanging off. So earlier when I was working on it, I thought I recorded it, but I actually did not. So I don't have the footage of me fixing it. But just to give you a visual idea of what would happen was this bracket and this chain were the only things actually keeping the laying box on. This thing was completely falling off. And you can see these two new screws here are what I put in that is now holding this thing together. One other issue we're seeing is that this box right here is for some reason getting a lot of rainwater in it when it rains. So I'm gonna have to work on that and try to figure out exactly what is allowing that rainwater to get in. But yeah, this was repair number 2 or improvement number 2 to the chicken coop. I just don't have the footage. Once again, I'm sorry about that, guys. And just a little treat for the ladies, keeping those nesting boxes nice and topped off with new bedding, just to keep their booties nice and happy. So the next thing I want to do, I want to come in here and try to tidy this up a little bit. There's just a few things that really concern me. So for one, look at these screws here just kind of sticking out in really random places, and that is not good. You see, I don't really like that, man, because chickens are not smart compared to most animals, and it's very easy to see a chicken hitting their head, hitting their back, and now you got a wounded bird, man, and that's not great. Plus all these old wasp nests here and stuff that really just needs to be tidied up. So we're gonna go ahead and work on this guy right here and hopefully make this look a little bit better, because I don't want my birds getting hurt. Okie dokie, we pulled that out, and you can see here this giant screw was holding this washer in place, and I'm gonna try to find a smaller screw just to hold these guys in and hopefully make this a little nicer and a little safer. It looks like these are just screws the person had and ended up missing their mark in the wood. I've got some shorter screws that can do the same things, you know. All right, you'll see here we got all those protruding screws out. We even went over here and did the same thing. Now we're right here, we still got a little bit poking out, but I made these much smaller, and these have a very dull end on them, so I think that'll be okay. So full disclosure, I've been trying to get the camera angle to work for a bit now. I can't get it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take care of these, and I'm gonna cut back once I'm done, and I'll just show you what I've done, because I just can't get it to work. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we've done our little alteration here, and as you can see from before, there's no slope here, and that's really good. That makes sure that if it rains and any water does come down, it's not going to get on our hens. So all we did was take a screw. Sorry about this noise, it's the door. It's this screw right here, and I just went into this little beam right here and pinned that metal up, so that way our girls will stay nice and dry. So once again, another repair done. Let's go ahead and get those roosting bars up. And my vision here is to have these guys go from here over, connecting with these two, this pole here and this pole here. Well, the roosting pole is done, so it went right there. I wasn't going to do it across, but if you've ever wanted to test the patience, try to cram yourself into a chicken coop and work. And let's just say my patience was tested. But anyways, I kind of like this a little bit better. This puts the chickens, they got a roosting bar over there, keeps them away from the nest, keeps them away from the ramp. Now they got a little roosting bar. So we're almost done with the nightmare chicken coop. Tomorrow we're going to work on making sure all the fencing's secured. I found a whole bunch of fencing that was like not secure, a lot of loose ends there, and I got to secure that. And after that, I think we're done. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Right here, they've used staples and it's created this loose thing here. I personally don't like using staples because they come out. I like to take some nails and kind of bend the nails over. You can actually take this, pull this back, and get this. Are you trying to bite me, chicken? And get this fixed so this is a lot more secure, because a determined animal, we have minks here, could definitely get in here and cause some issues. All right, so I went ahead and re-nailed everything into place, right? And I like to use these small nails, these wire braid nails, because they're really easy to remove if you make a mistake. But at the same time, when they're all put together, they're nice and strong. So this gives us that added security that I want. You can see here, I've sealed at the top. Okay, so we are finally done making improvements to the chicken coop here. So let's just really quickly go over what we worked on. So one, we made the coop more maneuverable by adding on the chick lift. Two, we went in and we put another roosting bar in so the chickens could get off the ground. Three, we went through and replaced a lot of these screws instead of so they wouldn't be sticking in really long. It could possibly damage the well, thank you, Matthew, for that input. Could damage the chickens and hurt them. We went through and redid the fencing so that the fencing is actually on there strong. And you know, not a big deal. This isn't really an improvement. We put a little bar in here just because Mr. Matthew likes to jump up and be higher than everybody else when he crows. But overall, what I'll say about the lesson from this, just be careful what you're buying. I know we get really excited homesteading and we're like, I want this and we can use this and we have this. The chick lift was $300 in addition to the coop, which was $500. So that was a pretty big investment, and I think for the cost of $800 I could have built a much better coop. Overall, I'm not discouraged, I'm not upset. You know, it is what it is. It's just life. But yeah, it turned out really good. So I mean, you know, I can't complain too much. But look guys, if you have learned something today, or if you're enjoying the content, or you know, you just think that it's just, you know, fun being here watching stuff on the homestead and listening to my psychotic rooster here crow every 32 seconds, drop that like and subscribe. We're growing really rapidly here on our channel, and I'm just very thankful for all of you who have chosen to be part of this journey. And you know, we got a lot more videos coming, and hopefully I'm helping you out to make smart decisions on your homestead. But anyways, this has been Cody with Home to Homestead, out here.